Okay, so today we're gonna dive into solitaires, and we're gonna just help you guys by letting you know there's really like 4 choices that you're gonna make, and those choices are gonna pretty much determine about like 90% of your design. And we'll break it out one by one.
Yeah. Number 1, do you want it tapered or do you want it straight? Okay, so if it's a tapered band, it's going to come to a nice fine point. The advantage of that is that it's actually going to accentuate the center stone. So if you would choose a tapered design, it's definitely going to make your stone look larger. Now when it comes to a straight band, there is not going to be any taper. It's going to be the same width all around the ring. So it tends to have more of a minimalist look or a very classic look.
Question number 2 is, do you want to have shoulders or no shoulders? So this is an interesting thing where top down going either way, it'll look the same on your hand. However, this is one of these areas where this small little detail can really alter the look and feel of the ring in quite a substantial way. So when you have a ring, no shoulders, what it tends to do is it's going to accentuate the center stone. It's going to make it feel like it sits higher for a lot of people. It tends to also make the diamond look a little bit bigger because of the contrast. Whereas when you have shoulders, it's a little bit different. It brings attention to the ring as a whole. It can also have the added effect of making the center stone feel lower, feel like it's sitting lower in terms of height. You know, we might have a fellow come in and he'll say, one thing I know that's very important is that she definitely does not want the center stone to stick out too high. And 90% of the time, the fact that you have the presence of shoulders will kind of create that feel, if you will. Number 3 is, we're gonna just call it the surface texture of the band. The 2 polar opposites I'll point out is, let's say you have it flat, completely flat, or there's a bit of a curvature, like a little bit of a rounded dome to it. Now, what this will usually affect is the visual appearance of width. And what I mean by that is you can literally have 2 rings. They're both the same width. One is flat, one is rounded. Now, when it's rounded, it visually will appear to the brain or to the eye. It usually will make it look thinner, whereas when it's flat, it looks wider. Even though if we actually measure it, it's just an optical illusion.
All right, the last thing that we're looking at when we're considering your solitaire design. You want to look at the prongs and the number of prongs that you like.
So the shape of the stone is going to have a big influence on the number of prongs or the number of claws. So yeah, there's going to be some like round diamonds are going to be the least restrictive or give you the most options. The most common is 4 or 6 claws. You can go with 5. And when it comes to a round diamond, the number of claws is really what it tends to do is it's going to pretty much influence the appearance of shape. You might have a round stone, you put 4 claws on it, and that often will make it look more square. Whereas if you put 6, it tends to create a little bit more of a circular outline, making it look more like a circle. 5 will do it as well, but because it's kind of asymmetrical, it kind of makes it stand out in a different way, a bit of a contrast that some people like. Other shapes may be a little bit more restrictive. So like if you're looking at a square stone, really you're probably just gonna have like 4 claws on the corners.
So finally, when you're considering the number of claws, there are some other stylized decisions that you can make. You know, whether they come to a fine point, like a bear claw, or they come to a more blunt ending, rounded tip, or even you can have some variations at the base of the prong. All of these things just come down to your personal preferences.
When it comes to solitaires, don't feel like you have to just find one ring that has everything about it. Consider these different 4 factors, and everything could be varied, you know. So you might want a tapered with a bear claw tip with 6 prongs, no shoulders. You know, just look at all the different variations. We like to break it down to kind of simplify it, and yeah, that's going to put you well on your way to get your dream ring.